The Youth Outreach Worker Program supports marginalized and at-risk youth and their families. This helps them to better navigate and connect with services and opportunities in their communities and to improve youth outcomes.
We're all across Ontario, in rural communities, urban communities, inner city. Youth outreach workers come from all kinds of different backgrounds.
For a lot of youth, it is the first time they've really been listened to in someone that actually cares about them in a trusting way.
It's something amazing to see when a young person who were not able to talk about, what was going on at home or what was going on at school, and somehow this person walked into their life and were able to connect with something inside of them and that resonated and make some progress.
Hi, I'm Likwa, Nkala, manager of the Community of Practice East Metro Youth Services.
And I'm Andrew Bartley, principal of Platinum Leadership.
22 lead agencies are contracted by the Ministry of Children and Youth Services to provide the Youth Outreach Worker Program. In 2016, 4 new regions of the YOW program were added as part of the Enhanced Youth Action Plan. This created an opportunity to formalize the YOW Community of Practice, as well as increase the support provided to frontline workers through an online learning portal. It was our pleasure to engage Platinum Leadership to facilitate these expanded services.
The Community of Practice gathers professionals dedicated to making it more likely that marginalized and at-risk youth are engaged and have families and/or caring adults equipped to help them thrive. It is committed to helping young people navigate the resources in their communities and make choices that support their healthy and safe development.
As a community of practice, we've set 3 objectives for ourselves in creating a shared space in areas of learning, connection, and advocacy. Let's look at each of these in turn.
To support learning, the Community of Practice will share best practices, trends, and information. They will learn from one another and foster opportunities to explore professional development for youth outreach workers.
So for me, learning has 2 aspects. So there's learning for the managers of the Youth Outreach Worker Programs, the lead, how to work together and in how we deal with government, our funder. But the most important part is the learning of the Youth Outreach Workers themselves. When we initially designed this program, we wanted to really tap into the lived experience of dynamic individuals who sometimes may not have the academic credentials or community know-how. So the learning component is about how to fill in those gaps with the necessary foundational aspects of the Youth Outreach Worker Program.
Providing the learning opportunities to get to that goal. It's learning what other people are doing. It's learning what's working and what's not.
For the population that we're working with, the youth, they're always ahead of us. And we need to have really good, solid, evidence-informed practice that says that we can actually make a difference in their lives.
To promote connection, the Community of Practice will provide opportunities for support, affirmation, communication, and collaboration among its members.
It's an opportunity to share, collaborate, for partnership, and it's an opportunity to leverage each other's ideas.
It's really important that there's a community of practice for consistency, for camaraderie.
Cuts down barriers by bringing people together, whether it's through online forums or different learning portals or coming together face-to-face meetings that we can get connected.
To encourage advocacy, the Community of Practice will highlight trends and evaluate results with policymakers, making recommendations for program direction. It will speak with one strengthened voice on behalf of the Youth Outreach Worker Program and the wider system as it affects young people and their families.
Employment and housing are really huge issues in the community right now. Other factors are community violence, poverty, education issues, and so the Youth Outreach Workers, they're really a resource for young people to learn how to navigate the systems that they're a part of.
It's really difficult to serve these youth because of the multiple factors that make them at risk. So the wonderful thing about this program, where these workers actually are going out to find these kids in order to help them.
Adults often assume that what youth want or what they need, and no one ever asked the youth. So a youth outreach worker does exactly that. They're the ones that are accessing youth that have never really been asked their opinion before, and they're able to translate their opinion into actionable items that funders and programs can actually address.
Being seen as a valid and credible source of youth information across the province. Because of the data that they're able to collect in the work they do with marginalized young people, to see government making decisions based on the thousands of young people that we see through the Youth Outreach Worker Program.
It is inspiring to witness youth outreach workers acting as mentors, promoting broader opportunities for youth in communities all across Ontario. Every day, their advocacy improves young people's access to the services they need.
Having that intervention of a youth outreach worker, caring adult who's there to help you go through some tough situations and make the right choices can really set you on a positive trajectory.
That's the beauty of being young. You grow, you elevate, you transform. And until they do that and get to that place, I think it's really important work to reach out and meet them where they are.
The relationships and connecting young people to the things that they need and being able to be there for them, to see them through their darkest time. Youth outreach workers, they're incredibly committed, incredibly dedicated, and they live the work. It's not just their jobs, they live what they do.
Thank you to the Ministry of Children and Youth Services for supporting this work, to each of the agencies and leaders participating in this community of practice, to the extraordinary youth outreach workers who make all of this possible, and to the young people and families whom it is our privilege to serve.